going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Caffeinated Podcast today.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
Wow, the fact that people dream about hearing you say that live, I'm one of them.
Without further ado, how are we doing, everybody? Relly and Teach back Monday night, episode 59, with the one, the only, the poster boy for G Fuel. You know him, you love him, and we're honored to have him on the show, Electric Shock.
Yes, sir.
Back Daddy.
What's going on? What's going on, lads?
So, Shock, everybody knows you. Again, everybody loves you. But for those that don't know, who are you? What do you do? What kind of content do you put out? Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I have a bit of an interesting job, I guess. Some people don't think it is my job, but it actually is. I taste test energy drinks for a living, and I've done that ever since I graduated high school in 2019. So, I first started the G Fuel videos in 2015, and then by the time that I graduated high school in 2019, I was doing well enough to the point where I was like, I'm just gonna go full time at this. So that's when I went full time with YouTube, and ever since 2019, I've just been doing it full time, and working with G Fuel has been, absolutely amazing, because I just don't know what other company could have given me this opportunity, I guess. So I'm just forever thankful for the position that I'm in right now.
That actually answered a lot of our questions too, just right there. And I mean, it's just one of those lightning in the bottle things. And I can imagine when you meet somebody, it's kind of weird just being like, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" And last year I was all in limbo. They're like, "What do you do exactly?" And here's you just being like, "Oh, I taste test energy drinks for a living."
Exactly. It is very hard to explain to almost everybody.
Yes, they're like, what do you mean? You mean those things that you see at a gas station? Well, I hope it's at the gas station. Well, it's obviously not very big then.
Right?
Say, we are very humbled to have Shock on the show tonight. We never thought we'd have him on, if not years down the road, in all honesty. Relly and I are both drinking the myth, the man, the legends, one and only mango lemonade in the shaker tonight. If you guys have seen the Coach Shock go around, you probably have used it a couple times in orders. This is the myth, the man. There is a restock coming soon, right?
Yeah, so honestly, G Fuel did not expect it to sell out that fast. I didn't even expect it to sell out that fast, to be completely honest with everybody. Yeah, I mean, I thought not to I don't know what the word is, but to humble myself or whatever. I thought, okay, a week for the boxes, maybe 1 or 2 months for the tubs, because we had 7,000 total for everything.
Wow.
And wow. I was like, I'm a small guy. I'm not that be in the big picture, comparing myself to some of the other creators. I was like, there's no way we're going to sell out right away. I didn't think, not that I didn't think my community was amazing. Everybody is amazing and supports me so much. But for us to sell out of the boxes in 10 hours is just insane to me. And then the tubs in 10 days. Yeah, G Fuel didn't think that. I didn't think that. So a next restock is probably in a month or two, because they did not expect that they would have to order it this soon again.
Well, there's your inside info. Next month, if not within 2.
Yep. No problem.
I mean, it's a banger flavor, no matter how you slice it and dice it. And again, Shock, I mean, no one really has anything bad to say about you. I mean, you're genuine. And that's, I think, why people just find you special. It's like, if you go by who you are as the way you carry yourself, from a lot of age groups, that's why people just enjoy you so much.
Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, right now in this podcast, I'm not you know, I'm not trying to be someone else or something. And sometimes I'm too nice. Like I reply to every Twitter DM and comment, and my girlfriend's like, you can like take a break now. And I'm like, yeah, but I have to reply to them all. And so
I'll say we were still in shock that you were like, yeah, would love to. And then I sent you the message and you're like, sweet, I have this available. Let's do it. And I was like, okay, this is happening. Like the whole meme, like, calm down. It's happening. It's happening. Oh my God, it's happening.
Yeah. Kind of the same, really. I'm just kind of like, did that just happen? You know, I just kind of put the phone down, splash some water in my face, take a drink of water, go back. I'm sorry. What? Here we are.
Oh my God. And yeah, of course. I mean, anybody also that's a part of just the G Fuel community, like it's not like I am a part of the community and I want to stay that way. Like I'm not like, oh, you know, I'm XQC. No, like I want to stay connected with everybody.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's like if you take, I don't want to rag on anybody, but there's certain people that are known for like certain behaviors and a certain energy.
Yeah.
Even though you can't please everybody, you're one of those guys where you just kind of gel with everyone at a happy medium.
Yeah. That's how, at least what I try. I mean, I don't know. That's just how I've always been, I guess, my entire life.
I mean, how do you stay so humble, man? Like throughout all of this, like from YouTube to people selling out your flavor entirely. Heck, I'd be surprised if you could even find it on eBay, for crying out loud. Well, you probably could,
Yeah.
but not the point.
I know, and that's another thing. That's, you know, I hate seeing people get ripped off for $100 collector's boxes on eBay, which sucks. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just I don't know. Like I just don't know how some people can get to that point where they're like not humble, I guess. Like, I mean, I grew up with my dad. I grew up on food stamps. So on food stamps, you know, scraping by with my family. So I think part of it is probably that. That's why I'm so grateful for everything that I have. And yeah, I mean, I think part of it's probably the upbringing that I had.
So let's get into the thick of it now, the nitty gritty. So as everybody knows, mango lemonade, Shock's flavor. Prior to mango lemonade coming out, did you have any other ideas of a flavor you would want to be yours?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted. Yeah, well, I was pretty set something with mango because I like mango. I think there are some people that don't like mango. I've definitely learned that with this flavor for sure. But out of all the fruits that I could think of, you know, yet again, here's me trying to please everybody, which I should try to learn not to do, but it's just what I do. I was like, what two flavors do people like? And I was like, lemonade is one of the most overall people enjoy it. They do like it. Mango is also something that I feel a large majority of people liked. So I knew I didn't want to go coconut. I didn't, because coconut, some people don't like coconut. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
You put mint or coconut in anything, and Teach is usually not about it right then and there.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
Yeah, I didn't want to do any coconut. I didn't want to do any mint, any artificial like medicine cherry, medicine like grape or anything.
That's your kryptonite too, right?
Yeah. I grew up with a lot of that. You know, the mom giving me fake medicine, grape and cherry. So I'm kind of
the bad cough syrup, the pain.
yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's where it kind of went. I just wanted it to be something that everybody could like. And so that's where I landed on mango lemonade. If I'm being totally honest, when I was trying mango lemonade and mango iced tea, there was like 5% of me that liked mango iced tea more. But I think more people will enjoy mango lemonade rather than mango iced tea because I've heard more people that don't like tea than lemonade.
So you actually sampled the mango iced tea from them?
Yeah, mango iced tea and mango lemonade.
Oh wow! So mango iced tea was a real possibility because I know that was a major thought
Yeah.
for a lot of people as well. Okay, that's huge.
So, were there any other flavor ideas that you were just spitballing outside of those two?
I went around with some mango pomegranates and mango stuff like that, but nothing else really was like created into a sample. We really zoned in on mango iced tea and mango lemonade.
Say for like a fan favorite that I know many people want to be brought back, and I know you love having your own flavor. If like the idea came presented where G Fuel is like, hey, we want to bring back peach mango, would you want that to be yours and we'll slap you on it? Kind of like how they did the whole ninja is now the new cotton candy.
I mean, if that was my only option, like G Fuel was like, hey, this is your only flavor option, I was like, oh, of course I'll take it. You know, but I think peach mango, if you guys, I'm sure you guys have had peach mango. Yes. I love it, but I feel like it's very dry and sour.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'd want it for my own flavor.
And that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Although the one thing, and you probably know about Teach's collection, right?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, I know a good amount of it, of course.
Do you know about his peach iced tea collection?
How many you got?
I think last one I counted, it was 16 tubs of peach iced tea.
Where'd you get that restock? Holy crap. Walmart?
No, I didn't. I just bought them re-handed from other people, sealed. Spent a ton of money on them. It's been my all-time favorite flavor.
Yeah,
that flavor helped me get through a bad breakup in the quarantine, man. That will forever be good in my book.
I originally started drinking G Fuel back in 2013. They're old and golden age with like the black tubs. So I've been like drinking air quote a part of the company for like a very long time. So quite a bit.
Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites as well. It's just so real tasting, and the tea is so real, and oh, it's so good.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to mango lemonade again, what made you want to go with the no dyes, no flavoring, all that good jazz? Like nice, clean.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing that you said right there. Like, I know, being in the community for so long, I know people that are allergic to red 40. I know people that are allergic to artificial colors. So I wanted my flavor to be as friendly as possible to everyone. So I knew right then and there, no artificial flavors, colors, I mean.
So did if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I remember where there was a couple of tubs that didn't have dyes at all. It was just a fruit powder or an extract.
Yeah.
And they started gradually putting the dyes in. Did that make you and a couple creators upset, or it is what it is, or?
I would say that I didn't really notice it, to be honest. I don't know. Not until recently, did I notice it. And I think originally we had kiwi strawberry had no dyes. Cotton candy had no dyes. Peach mango had no dyes. Pink lemonade, I don't know if you guys know this, but pink lemonade was actually dyed with carmine powder, I believe, which is bug blood.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you know that, but yeah, the original pink lemonade, it is natural coloring, but it's bug blood. So it was kind of interesting.
So technically not vegan. That's a good thing to keep in mind.
That's one of the only non-vegan flavors.
Wow, interesting. So since we're talking about the old flavors, One thing I wanted to ask you for the longest time, and I know it's been a process. It's been a couple years. So there was the time where this is just when I was really starting to get into G Fuel. It went from the old formula over to the new formula.
Yep.
So was your flavor when you were testing it part of the old formula as well, and then eventually switched to a new formula, or
No, mine was always a new formula. I think the new formula started in, um, I don't know. It was a long time ago. When was that?
I think it was,
It was a
about
couple years.
2019.
Yeah, it
I
was a
started
while
ordering
ago.
20 I started ordering 2020,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm double checking. Like my first tropical rain was 25. My first peach iced tea was 25. My first fruit punch 25.
Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like the original Dub Melon Mint, I think that was a 15 calorie new formula, and that was 2019, late 2019.
Ah,
So I think sometime in late 2019 is when the new formula came out, and the new formula, I don't like if you taste the old formula and the new formula is a little bit less chalky, a little less powdery. And it's also, I believe, it's a formula that works in the EU and US, I think.
Okay.
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know what makes G Fuel. So before G Fuel like wasn't allowed in like Norway and things like that, but now it is. So I don't know what they changed to make it allowed everywhere.
Interesting.
Might have been the caffeine or different coloring. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I found it weird that they said because of caffeine restrictions in certain countries, and
Yeah.
because I remember some old tubs, they were all like different amounts, and now everything's baseline 140 a scoop.
Yeah, I think right now it's 140. I think it used to be 150 or 145 back in the day, did it?
I think I saw one that was 160. Let's see. This is an OG. This is a 25 cal battle juice that I keep on hand. Let's see.
Yeah, I got a black tub of pineapple here.
There we go.
This is 150.
150?
Yeah.
This black tub of 150. Yep, so it used to be 150. I think 150 broke the limit for some countries per serving.
That's crazy.
That's Battle nuts. Juice also has no artificial colors.
Well, the old one did, the new one does, unfortunately.
It does? What?
Yes,
really?
Unfortunately. So that one actually made sense because it said pineapple extract for the color. So I was actually really about it. And people ask me, they're like, why do you like battle juice so much? And I'm like, well, if you look at my heritage and everything else, man, it's like, pineapple juice, I don't like pineapple. And I prefer the 25 calorie over the 15 personally.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw, I did have another tub. I actually put it in a giveaway for around Christmas time, and I did compare them. Guy in the audience, he's I think he's enjoying it, but I think it had yellow 6 in there.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, I never knew they changed that one.
Yeah, so, that was a downer, but is what is.
Something everybody may not know is you actually tweeted about this, but you, when making this flavor and trying it out, you had the intention for ice to be used to kind of bring out more of that lemonade flavor.
Would you say? Sorry, my girlfriend.
Oh, good. Because I saw you made a tweet about this, and I know not everybody knew about it. When you were originally intending making this flavor, you had the thought of using it with ice in mind to bring out more lemonade.
Yeah, so when I made my flavor and I got the samples from G Fuel, I only made my flavor with ice. Like, I adjusted the sweetness, the flavor, everything when it had ice in the shaker. I never even tried my flavor without ice just because I don't know. I'm just always somebody who drinks with ice. Um, so when some people got my flavor and they made it with 16 ounces of water and one scoop, I think some people thought it was a little light because with ice in your shaker, essentially there's less water. So the flavor is stronger. So that was one thing that definitely I did see, and I even made a video about it. About like the proper way that I designed mango lemonade to be drank, I guess. But
I
yeah.
saw all of those. Yes. Have you ever made a shaker and then have just put it in the fridge and then try it the next day and notice that it tastes different?
I've had just a G Fuel with cold water, yeah. And I don't know, there's just something about the ice and like hearing the ice in the shaker.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird, but I've been making G Fuel since I was like, very young, like in high school. So it's just almost nostalgic for me to make G Fuel with ice and
Yeah.
everything.
Like it's so different for me, and that's one luxury I came to appreciate is because Monday through Friday when I'm at work and
Yeah.
with different jobs I've been waking up earlier. So I can't lie, to make less noise in the morning, I make one of these in energy, one of these in hydration. I actually make them the night before. That way I just put these in my lunch bag, put an ice pack in, and I just go out. Everything's already like made, and even if I made it in the morning, sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's stored in the truck and it's got the froster on. The ice is gonna melt anyway. Well, I
Mhm.
have noticed that if you leave the flavors uh overnight, they actually do taste different, especially
Oh,
grandma's
really?
apple pie.
Interesting.
Because when it was one Saturday, and this is the luxury because I always eat breakfast when I'm on the go. It's either in the truck or something.
Yep.
When I'm actually sitting down and I have my G Fuel with ice, everything else, when I make it fresh, I almost notice that kind of seems more like an apple cider. But the
Mhm.
spices seem to enrich when I make it overnight and I drink it during the workday. The spices really come to life in it. Like I never expected a
Yep.
flavor to taste different just by it sitting a little bit more.
Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, the powder could like some of the parts that don't mix maybe mix when it's sitting longer. I don't know.
It could be.
Now, you brought up making it the proper way with ice. So I have to ask you the very, very most dire important question of the entire show. And okay, there's no wrong answer though. What's the proper way to make mango lemonade? Water first, ice, then powder, or powder, ice, water?
I always do ice, then water, then a scoop, and then I mix it up.
Valid answer.
I
mean,
mean,
I,
technically, that's the way it's designed to be made. So that is the right answer in my book.
yeah,
Somebody else could probably fight that and go from there.
because if you put water in to the top first and then you try to put ice cubes, it wouldn't work, right? If you think about it, because the water would go over or the water would splash.
Yeah,
Good points.
I'd more
Good
say that
points.
for the sense that people go back and forth and like, oh, water first and powder. No powder, then water. So
Gotcha. So I know I've asked you this a couple of times. Have you tried your flavor in tea yet?
I have not. I need to try it in tea. I need to try it in milk. There's so many things that I got to
In
do
milk, I
before.
wonder how that would be, although I'm not sure if I would. Although the reason how this became a thing, one day I got back from work and I'm just kind of like, I got a couple hours to go. I'm working on my novel and I'm just like, let me just find a way to chill out, give myself something good. And I'm just looking at these things and I'm like, am I really about to mix mango candy and tea at the same time? And sure enough, I did, and it became a thing. And I told Teach, I'm like, dude, do this immediately when you get home. Put a scoop of mango explosion in some unsweetened black iced tea, and oh my god, it's been a thing I've experimented with ever since. And with your flavor, it actually, the way I would describe it, put your flavor in mixed with Nemesis tea, but 2/3 your flavor, 1/3 Nemesis tea. That would be the way to describe it if you didn't have any tea with you.
Oh wow. Yep.
We always
I
use,
gotta
what was
try
it,
that.
pure leaf unsweetened tea?
Pure leaf unsweetened tea, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. That sounds great. I need to try that.
It's phenomenal. Although, if anyone has never tried it before, make sure you pour the tea in a shaker, because otherwise the powder's just going to float to the bottom of the bottle. That's not going to mix correctly. I've done it before and not the same.
So, Shock, you've tried a ton of flavors. You've seen the reviews, and now we ask the fun question everybody dreads. What's your top 5 favorite? What 5 do you always go back to?
Are we talking all time or right now? Because
all time,
very different. All time. Okay.
So just to give you a bonus, your flavor's off the table, so we'll just exclude that because I obviously think that would be in there. I mean, it's yours, for crying out loud. Name the other 5. I'm curious.
All time. I think the flavor that I've drank the most out of all time is probably peach iced tea. That would probably be the number 1 that I've drank the most.
Goated.
And then number 2. Oh, it's just been so long. I mean, there were so many years of drinking flavors, and
it doesn't have to be in order, mind you. It doesn't have to be in order.
Yeah, I would probably add maybe next, OG hype sauce. I mean, I went through that like crazy when it first came out because it was so hyped and just so good. And then maybe, man, like a new flavor in the past year or two that I've been going through like nuts is probably I went through. There's like 3, but I'm only gonna choose one. It's been between like the juice, divine peach, and sage mode, but I would say sage mode.
Okay.
I went through more in like the past year of like, a new fresh flavor that I've been going through. 2 more. I would say, kiwi mango. I loved kiwi mango. Oh man, I absolutely loved kiwi mango. I went through a lot of that. Besides the fact that the kiwi didn't really like the kiwi that much, but the mango was so good.
Is it true that that's vaulted?
Kiwi mango, is it out of stock?
I believe it has been for a while. That's why we were wondering about that.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm just looking at my tower. There's so many now. That's like, can't even think of them all when you look at it.
It also kind of sucks because sometimes we feel like we get one run of a flavor and that's gone for good.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, the final one, I would probably say maybe a new one that I've been drinking a ton of is Isaac's Tears.
Ooh, did not expect that one.
Yeah, I usually don't like grape, but the grape in this is totally new to me.
That's what got me. I'm just like, wait a minute. Shock is actually saying a grape flavor in his top 5.
Yeah,
like what? What are the chances?
Agreed. I know, right?
It's so we got a couple more for you. So, what's your thoughts of reskins? Are you about it? Not about it? Don't care?
Well, it depends what it is. I mean, if it's the seventh reskin of kiwi strawberry, obviously the community is not going to be that happy about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm finally a creator actually has said what need to be said.
oh, I mean, goodness gracious, man! Like, that. But if it's a new reskin of peach iced tea or peach mango, the community is going to be so excited.
Oh,
Amen.
we'll be doing backflips. Absolutely. Over the moon.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think it just has to be, I think even like a proper beautiful reskin of just a OG wonderful like art lemonade tub. Just on the site, just plain lemonade. I think people would kind of like that too, but when it's already been reskinned and you're reskinning it again, I think that's where you draw the line. Like we need a reskin of Type O. The community would love a reskin of Type O. That's never been brought back. And
yes, agreed.
yeah, just reskins of things that have not had a reskin yet, and something that hasn't come out recently.
Oh, absolutely. And what's actually your thought of them just discontinuing some flavors? I mean, Type O, as you said, watermelon mint was,
Yep.
that was gone for quite a while. You know what everyone's favorite is that has been made in years? Pink grapefruit.
Oh yeah, I know that. I hope they bring that back next month, right? Because Valentine's Day, I think. Yeah, next month.
It's not a bad
So
idea.
we hope, and we've been hoping for it for Valentine's Day for quite some time.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people were disappointed that it was Love Bug and ended up being Brain Mire, which I like the flavor. I actually had some of it today, but there's many people that just think it's beating the dead horse, being like, how many times do we gotta re-release this flavor in different forms? You know what people want? People want their pink grapefruit, their peach mango, and I mean, some will say
Yeah.
Type O, some will say, and not really. But there's a lot of
Mhm.
popular flavors that are in high demand, and they have if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, the money's there, and I think that's what frustrates people.
Yep. No, I mean that's definitely no, I mean it's aggravating for me as well. Like why do we get Love Candy and then Love Bug and they're both the same thing basically for 2 years in a row? Um, you know, for Valentine's Day because I think yeah, Love Bug was for Valentine's Day and Love Candy was for Valentine's Day as well.
Was
Um,
Love Candy Twisted Candy, but a reskin, if I'm correct?
yeah, Love Candy was
Yep.
Twisted Candy, and then Love Bug I think was Brain Matter
Yep,
reskin,
Brain Matter, the green sweet tart. Yep,
which are very similar, kind of like.
they they're
So
they're like cousins. Yeah.
yeah, but
So
yeah, I think. Oh, sorry, what was that?
no, you're good. Go. You're good.
Yeah, I think you originally said why does G Fuel drop flavors? I don't think I answered that, or did I?
Well, I mean, it was kind of what do you feel about them discontinuing flavors that are absolute bangers?
Yeah. Well, some flavors like Type O, for example, I'm sure the license, like if G Fuel partners with a company like I don't know, a video game company, they'll usually probably sign a contract for 1 year. So like Type O was a 1 year thing and then it's gone and or they didn't want to re-sign. Or like Orange Vibe is an amazing flavor, great art,
Absolutely.
but KSI he, started his own thing, so they had to drop it. And then other flavors like I don't know, like the one flavor that was just a movie release flavor, and then they never restocked it. Um, but yeah, I mean, definitely, I understand for sure. It's like some great flavors come out and then they're gone instantly.
I mean, the reason why it's gone to quite a concern now is because we understand the licensing. The biggest one is Flavor Bomb, and now
Yeah.
it's being recycled into a Pac-Man flavor. And then what happens after this Pac-Man spiel wears out over a year?
Yep. Yeah. No, I know. That's another thing. It's like the Pac-Man reskins, like, in my opinion, I think the Pac-Man reskins should have been like, oh, this one is peach mango. This is peach iced tea. People would have been like, buy it, buy it, buy it. 10, 20, 30 to the cart, buy it. Oh yes, peach mango's back. Peach
I'll
iced
take
tea's
your
back.
entire stock.
You know, so Flavor Bomb, hasn't that been reskinned like twice already or 3 times?
So if you want to go by classified, that's skin 1, Flavor Bomb, where it's the free guy tub, that's 2, and this Pac-Man flavor is 3. Now, there's a lot of people that love it, and it's actually a top can to many.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's like, if you're going to convert it, that's fine. But it's, if you go between classified 1 and classified 2, classified original got into a movie flavor tub, and then it just disappeared, where classified V2, it's going into Tiger's Blood, and I don't think there's any licensing for it, so it's going to stick around for as long as G Fuel wants it to stick around.
Yep. Yeah. No, definitely the classified flavors have been very interesting.
Speaking of cans, if there's a possibility for us to get mango lemonade in a can, would you want it to be 140 or 300?
Oh, definitely 140. Definitely 140. Just because
Sorry, Teach.
it gives people the opportunity to have 2 a day if they want, or 3 if they really want to push it. You know, more flavor throughout the day. I don't know. I'd prefer that over just one and done, but that's just me.
I think that's a great option as well, because I know they're trying to push for 140 so they can be sold in other countries as well. Like for me, I'm personally that crazy 300 milligram guy. I'll drink 2 or 3 300 milligram cans a day.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm an absolute caffeine fiend. So.
Woof. Damn. I mean, you'd expect me to be the caffeine god, but I don't know. I can't. If I have a whole 300 milligram can, I might explode.
I'm kind of with you on that one, because if I just chugged a 300 milligram can and just decided to go for it, I'm not sure what would happen, but I would say this: I would not trust myself driving. I think I would just throw in my shoes and just start sprinting. Like that.
Yeah.
That's just what I'd do until I couldn't anymore. I would just be constantly sprinting around the neighborhood.
I know. I mean, I definitely have. I think a lot. I overthink quite a bit. So if I have like a whole can, oh my god, my brain's going to be going at 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Now, it's okay to answer no comment to this next one, because this one's stretched a little bit. But is there any possible future hope of us seeing mango lemonade in hydration?
I hope that that's something that I definitely want to talk to G Fuel about, because I think they've seen all the comments from everybody saying this would be an amazing hydration tub. And I think if that like came out during the summer, that would be amazing. That would be awesome to see. Like that happen.
I would be buying a few as soon as it releases, because I have 1 or 2 hydrations a day, depending on the circumstances.
Definitely. No, and then a lot of people in my family could drink it, because there's a lot of people that can't have caffeine, so I think that would be amazing.
I think now is also a perfect time to move on to some viewer comments and questions we have for you.
I got it right here. So
one's a really big one I've been wanting to ask you, Shock, and it's a little off topic, but it's been on topic. I saw it on Twitter, and I understand if you can't give us any insights, but there was recently a big debut and a leak that you were going to be in Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Oh my god, what the heck? What the heck? Goodness gracious. I don't know what that guy's doing with those things.
I know, comic quiet ass.
Those are so funny. Oh man.
So real talk though, I say this because I'm a Merc Anthony guy myself, especially. Uh, there's actually a guy who's in the audience, Johnny Nato. He actually had the pleasure of meeting you and Merc. He just watched his girlfriend deliver a baby boy just yesterday.
Oh
He
wow.
wanted to know what are the chances of you and Merc actually getting those cans. I know Merc Anthony's been trying for over a year.
Oh yeah, that would be epic for sure. I think a can would be insane. I mean, that's like I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like cans are like just so big. Like I don't know. I don't know if I'd even get the opportunity to, but I think if I did, it would be amazing. And I also think it would be cool if we could try my flavor not carbonated because I don't know. I mean, mango lemonade, I think it would be good carbonated, but I think it could be better not carbonated.
The only reason I asked this is because have you ever noticed how some of the G Fuel cans could get inconsistent?
Um, what do you mean? Like one day this can taste more sweet than the other day?
Well, for instance, one of the flavors that this happens to the most is snow cone.
Yep.
So one day, so I've ordered a 4-pack before. I've had one where I opened it up and I said, "Wow, this tastes so smooth. All the notes hit." And then I grab
Yeah.
another one out of the 4-pack and it tastes like cough syrup.
Hmm.
That's
Interesting.
actually it's very common with the snow cone can itself, but the hype sauce can, I will say, I'm not a fan of carbonated lemonade. If hype sauce can pull it off, so can mango lemonade.
Oh yeah, you are completely right. Because hype sauce, god damn, is good in the can. Holy.
God damn,
So
that carbonated mango, the lemonade on the back burner, that would be
Yeah.
smooth. And of course,
Ooh. Man.
every good occasion, bada bing.
so
Have
we'll
we,
skip
we
over. Go ahead.
we haven't had lemonade mango in a can, have we?
We have not.
Nope.
We have not.
Technically, we have Scorpion Sting.
Oh yes. Yep. You're right. Even though the sting overtook any
Yeah.
chance of a mango flavor coming out, but
The spice overtakes it. We can't really count that. And
yeah.
if it's in a fruit punch, it's punch. Like we can't count that either.
Yeah. I mean, if G Fuel can do blueberry muffin, they can do mango lemonade in the can.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna skip over all the funny questions, but the one I'll at least give the light of day is a funny question. I guess we'll get to all the serious viewer questions. From a Mr. Shark, can I fill you up with G Fuel?
Anytime, Mr. Shark.
And I know you posted about this, so I guess we'll ask you it aloud because you've already talked about before. From Mr. Huntsman, would you sign my shock shaker if I mailed it to you?
Oh yeah, of course. I have in my recent video, I should have updated in my description my PO box. So, yes.
All right. This was it's from a couple of friends. What had you start doing reviews?
Um I don't know. My first review was peach mango in like 2014 and I don't know what made me review it. I think at that point I was just making as much content as I could to try to because I wanted to be a YouTuber so bad. So I was like, I'll review this, I'll make this video. And then a lot of people liked the G Fuel video, so I just kept doing them.
All right. So this is from Christopher Stone, aka Fuel for Days. Let's see, yes about the hydration. If you weren't a YouTuber, what would you be?
Um let's see. Well, I have a lot of things that I love to do. I love wrapping and detailing cars. Anything with cars, I love doing. So I've always had the dream of opening up my own like wrap shop and car customized shop. So that could be one thing. Um, Other than that, I think anything digital with, I could be a video editor, I could stuff like that. Um, I don't know. So similar to the stuff that I do right now, but just in a regular work field, I guess.
I kind of thought that too. Which next one? There is a. This is a car question. If you could have any car,
Yep.
budget does not matter. What are you gonna pull up in that driveway? Just one.
Um, yeah, if I could have any car. I mean,
Always hard.
probably a oh man. There's so many amazing cars, So
I
many
hear
amazing.
you. I hear you.
Goodness gracious. um Probably like a brand new R35 GTR.
Okay, respectable.
Very respectable. Yes. Let's see.
A question from a Mr. Dennison. What's the best part of what you do for a job?
I think I would say the best part is just being able to wake up and be excited every single day to make a video. Because that was my goal a long time ago. It's just I just wanted to do what I wanted to do, and be my own boss, I guess, and that's what I've been able to do. So that's probably it, I would say.
All right. This one is from JN. Hey, Giant Nido, I know you're listening. Hope you, the baby, and the lady are all right. So this is one I wanted to ask as well. So we know what the internet is, and we know there's a lot of crap talking. So what's the best way that you yourself deal with criticism, where if it's constructive or not?
Um, hmm. I mean, I would say
Because
that,
constructive's justified, but regular banter
yeah.
is usually ignored. So, like, where do you go from there?
Um, I would say that, I mean, first off, I feel like I haven't had much experience with it because I don't actually get that much.
Lucky man.
But but from just the regular um just the regular day to day, like I've seen some people comment like on my flavor review and of my flavor, and one guy was like, "Oh my god, you're so biased." I'm like, "Of course I'm going to be biased. It's my own flavor." What?
Well, yeah. I mean, trust me, man. If you haven't seen like criticism before, I actually published something, right? And I actually had a comment, and he goes, "This guy talks too much, so it's not realistic." And I just go to myself and I commented to this guy, and I'm like, "Buddy, are we just gonna disregard the magic in this universe? You're worried about him talking so much. We're going realism? Freaking really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
People are funny,
people.
man."
Yeah, people do that. Yeah, and that was another big thing is people were like, "Oh, your GPO reviews are too long." And yeah, sometimes they are a little bit long, but that's why people watch mine is because I
Mhm.
go over everything. Um, yeah.
So many people don't get that, and I don't understand. I
Heck,
mean,
we
you could fast forward. Why can't people realize that by now?
I don't know.
Heck, we get a lot of flack
Me
because
neither.
we've stated it plenty of times of like how we're not the biggest fan of G Fuel bubblegum, and it's how it's like the bottom of our list. And the second
Yeah.
we say that, anybody that's a fan just starts coming at our throats.
I mean, everybody can like whatever they like. I mean, if you hated my flavor, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. That's all right, man.
It's just
I
not
tried
for
my
you.
best.
Later.
That's fine.
So another question from a Mr. Murray: what was the hardest part in making the tub/flavor?
I would say probably I was gonna say the flavor itself, but I would say actually the art. Just making sure the art was perfect because there's so many little changes you can do to the art, and I just wanted it to look perfect. That's what I would say.
What were they going with when they gave you that example of like the lemon lime color
Yeah.
scheme with the mangoes everywhere? Like
Yep.
from what you and your girlfriend did, it's phenomenal. But
Yeah.
I just see these artists, and we've actually seen some, and some are still with the company, some aren't. But we've seen some of the work they've done. But as soon as I saw that, and granted, I watched the video, but I was so tired I forgot half of it. So the next
Yeah.
day after I got back from work, settled in, I watched it all again. And I'm just looking at this, I pause it, I process, and I'm like, what the hell are they thinking? When you think of mango, you don't think of green and yellow color scheme. That's lemon lime. Like
Yep.
I didn't know what to think of that.
Yeah, I know. No, I was so excited to see the first art, and when I saw that, I was like, "What?" Green wasn't even in my color palette, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was just a huge miscommunication somehow. I
Do you
guess.
think that there's some creators that just they just kind of say they don't really care and they're just kind of like, yeah, whatever, okay, send it.
Oh yeah, 100 billion%. There's some creators that I guarantee you, yeah, they're like, oh, whatever.
Sure, thanks. Let me collect that check.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, there's some people like I think that's why a lot of people liked and bought my tub because I actually care about it, a lot. And I just really, 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 really put a lot of work into it.
And we appreciate you, man. And listen, if you we understand how this is, and it's so good where everything that you've made, where if it's your old shaker, the new shaker, the CB, or just an empty tub, it's worth framing, my man.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Oh
of
my.
course, man. It's like when someone deserves their flowers, we give it to them. Just as what it is.
It's true.
Oh, thanks, man.
So another question from Mr. Hassan: what camera do you use for your reviews?
I use the Sony A7S Mark III camera with the f 2.8 to 16 or no the 2.8 aperture and 16 to 35 millimeter lens.
Nice. Let's see. Here was one. What are your favorite things about New England?
I'm guessing you have to be from New England, right?
I live in Connecticut, actually.
Oh, wow, my brother lives in Connecticut. Nice. Are you from
Yeah.
Long Island? You sound
No,
like
I'm
you
not.
are.
I'm assuming you're probably thinking the accent.
Yep.
No, not Long Island. No.
Long Island.
Born and raised Danbury, Connecticut. Used to work
Yep.
over Putnam County, New York. Currently work in Stratford, Connecticut, doing installation.
Oh, nice. My brother works in Stratford, actually.
Really?
Wow.
Oh
Yep.
shit! Small
Yep.
world.
I'm down there all the time. He works at a car shop. Yep.
Gotcha.
But
small freaking world.
yeah, I actually didn't really like New England when I was first growing up. I was like, oh, it's so cold all the time. But the older I get and the more I travel to like California, to Florida, I'm like, you know what? I actually like it up here a lot.
I mean, I kind of said to myself the same thing, and I think everybody did. But to me, when I'm at a Rhode Island beach and I'm having lobster and chowder, or when I'm over in New Haven or I'm in New York and I'm having those fresh slices of pizza, that right there just kind of says, you know what, I can deal.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Like
I do like it here for sure.
like Colorado, it's like, oh, we got snow too. Yeah, but the food, no.
Mhm. Yeah.
Colorado, I'm sorry, no disrespect to anybody in Colorado, but the food's not great over there. It's the elevation, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I just like being near everything. Like I'm an hour from Boston, like that's awesome in my
Yeah,
opinion. And my family's up here, so that's another hard thing to move away from.
I feel that, man. Like to me, Madison Square Garden to Penn traffic is an hour. Boston is about 3. I could get to Province within 3 to Penn traffic.
Yeah.
Although you know how Connecticut is, we're the
Oh
number one state in commuting, and none of us know how to commute properly.
yeah. Man.
Oh, your
Yeah.
brother will agree with that one.
Oh yeah, he lives in Bridgeport.
Yep.
Yikes.
Bridgeport is it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, it's very rough. I know. Every time I see him, I'm like, yeah, Bridgeport's not the best, but
Hopefully he
Another
treats you some pizza out there though.
yeah, right.
another viewer question we had from Mr. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Dutka. What do you do to have a consistent schedule and being productive for uploads?
I would say that I don't really have like a rock solid schedule. I think I should, but at the moment, I don't really have a rock solid schedule. I sort of just have a plan for what I'm gonna do that day, and I get it done. Like today I was gonna finish editing my Rage Drive video and get that up, which I did. That was like the main goal for today. And filming a video is like not that much time. Editing is where the time is, especially if you're like me and you procrastinate quite a bit. Like it can sometimes take me
Guilty.
2 to 4 hours to edit a flavor review, or more, depending on how big the review is, and rendering, and then uploading, and then titling, and then thumbnail, and then description, and timestamps, video tags. It's just so. But yeah, my schedule is pretty much I plan what I'm gonna do that day, the day before sometimes, or the night before, and that's about it. I mean, some days I
Nice.
go to bed an hour later, some days I go to bed an hour earlier. It's not always the same, to be honest.
Very nice. Very nice. Although have you ever had to do a video over because like completely over because something happened? Because there's times where I'm filming in this exact spot. Like
Yep.
during the summer, my neighbor will decide that he needs to leaf blow for 2 hours. And it's literally anywhere between 1 hour to 2 hours because he's a jerk like that. There's lawnmowers. And you know how New England goes. There's the 3 seasons: winter, paving, construction. It never ends.
Yeah.
Always
Um,
something done. There's always noise.
the only time I really have to redo a video is if maybe the microphone wasn't turned on, or maybe the card got full and it didn't record the past 5 minutes. Um, yeah, I mean, not really do I re-record too often.
Well, that's good. You have better luck than I do.
And
I've also been doing it for, so long that I just, you know, it's, words come out pretty like I don't even have a script, to be honest, for my taste test reviews.
another question is what company would you like G Fuel to collab with? Whether it's like a full-on company, some kind of show, anime, whatever they extend. I was really surprised recently that we just got the Dragon Ball Z collab because I never thought I would see that happen, but that was incredible
Yeah.
to me.
No, I agree. That's huge. Just, the anime collabs are nuts. I would say I've always wanted G Fuel to collab with Fortnite. I thought it could be so cool. I thought, like one day you're in Fortnite and one of the items in a chest is a G Fuel can for your shield potion. How freaking epic would that be? Like, or a black back bling is a G Fuel shaker, and you can pick from all the G Fuel creators shakers for your back bling. Like, it just sounds so cool. And then you could also have the Fortnite flavor, obviously, like the Slurp juice flavor. I don't know.
I made a Slurp juice like concoction that actually, you know how there's like the blue and it has that green hue to it?
Yep.
I actually figured out how to make it.
Oh, really?
Put a scoop of Tropical Rain. Take a regular shaker of your choice.
Yep.
Blue Gatorade Zero. 1 scoop of Tropical Rain.
Oh.
Yes.
Would you consider?
I say the Gatorade Zero to level of sweetness.
Would you consider, even though it's with somebody else, the Sour Blue Chug Rug to be their collab with Fortnite? Or would you want it to be independently, like straight Fortnite?
I think Sour Blue Chug Rug was kind of a hint to Fortnite. But I think that there still needs to be a dedicated Fortnite collab. I just think it would be so big.
All right. Here's one. What are some flavors that it could be collab or not, where you just kind of said they absolutely missed the mark? If I had to go recent, I'd probably say Health Potion, but it's like, hey, the Few, the Proud, the Bubble Gum, the Radioactive Lemonade, the Health Potion, the Party Punch. There's probably like 2 more in there I'm probably not thinking of.
Yeah, I mean, I was so excited for Party Punch. I wanted it to taste like so good and like this milky, fruity yumminess, and it was like really odd. And then I thought Sugar Plum was gonna be something decent, but it did not end up being decent. I think Health Potion and Sugar Plum have a similar floral lavender. I don't know what the word is, but Health Potion and Sugar Plum have a similar note to it that I don't like.
I hear one of the biggest recent disappointments was Only Crayons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I never picked it up. Yeah, I never picked it up again just because I don't know. If a flavor is too simple, I don't tend to pick it up again.
Too simple? Is that a bad thing, or is it just nothing important kind of thing?
I don't know. We've had so many flavors like Only Crayons that, well, not necessarily. I don't know. But I do agree. Only Crayons did have some cherry-ish, like medicine-y kind of syrupiness to it, I will say.
One thing Teach wanted to say, since we were talking about simple flavors, I've always wanted, like, if you saw my concept hub where it said Relly Berry, the flavor profile was a straight blueberry. And I know you really probably don't talk about other brands, but the only actual blueberry energy drink I see is Red Bull doing the blueberry can. And G Fuel hasn't made a straight strawberry yet.
Yep.
There's been strawberry slushy, but not a straight strawberry.
Yeah. Did we have straight strawberry with the Tetris stick packs?
We did.
Yes,
it was a little different.
Just like we had
stick packs were odd. They tasted different than G Fuel for some reason.
The raspberry they had, I thought that raspberry in there was the best raspberry they've ever done. I wanted to buy just that raspberry alone.
Yep. Yeah,
Easily
I
the
don't
best
know.
one.
G Fuel. I don't think G Fuel's had a insanely hit on the head mark like Blueberry, in my opinion.
And I think that's
Like,
why they're looking for Health Potion to be something different, but it was just this earthy, dark plum.
yeah.
Two
And I mean,
last. Sorry, go ahead.
there are some people that love it too. I know one guy on Twitter that has just bought 5 health potion. So clearly there are people that like it, and but just wasn't for me.
It
Two
wasn't
last
for the
viewer
majority,
questions for you.
unfortunately.
What is your favorite mix? Like, what's your 2 favorite flavors mixed together?
I think my all-time favorite mix was OG lemonade and OG peach iced tea.
Respect.
Yeah.
And the last viewer question is, when can the fans expect the next Shock tier list?
I am planning on redoing my tier list very soon, but it's always so much work that I like push it off because it's it's hours of preparation just to get all the flavors ready to retaste everything. And by the time you do that, all the flavors are warm. So it's like, ah, my God. So it's just, yeah, it's definitely difficult because I like to taste every flavor and rearrange my tier list perfectly when I'm doing it. So I definitely will do a new tier list very soon, but I need to get it done.
That's a 4 or 5 hour easily right
Yeah.
there.
I was considering on my next tier list to make it more simple. Maybe I just do a tier list of the flavors that are currently available instead of doing every single like 100 freaking flavors. Just do what's on the website.
That's very fair. Like, have you ever thought that arranging them in order is definitely a pain too while doing so? It's just like, hey, this is like an 8, maybe close to 9. We're gonna put this here, this about the same. Like when you put it in order, it just makes things more frustrating.
Yeah. No, I know. It's hard to rank the flavors, especially when you just have them that day and you haven't had it for like a month or something.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Like
hard.
the way that I've actually because I've seen these tier lists ever since I started becoming part of the community. But what got me is some people would rank them 1 to 5 stars like I do, and some people would rank them 1 to 10. But I
Like I
found
do.
out, yes. But the thing is, and me and Teach go back and forth on this regularly, but not too regularly, but once in a while. There's some times where he goes, "It's good, I'd buy it," but it's a 6 out of 10. Now, Shock, I don't know about you, but if I had a test I brought home and it's a 6 out of 10, 60%, that sucks.
It sucks because you didn't get the A, but it's still passing.
60.
Yeah, I mean,
I went to school, man.
I've had a hard time with that, and I really need to figure out like, because I'll give a flavor like a 7, and to me it's like, it's good, but I don't think I'm gonna drink it again. And then people are like, 7's amazing. What?
The way that I kind of did it is I actually figured it out because some people would do their tier lists and they would label them with these adjectives.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, hey, trash, bad, meh, okay, good, great, oh my god, top tier. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? I decided to just go 1 to 5 stars, but I found a distinctive part of it. You don't have
Yeah.
to really rank it, and when you get to Because some people say, what's the difference between 3 stars and 3.5 stars? 3.5, I'd buy a tub. 3 stars, maybe not. 1 star, I'm spitting it out. 2 stars, I'm not finishing the shaker. 3 stars, I'd buy, but not buying a tub. 3 stars, buy a tub. 4, you gotta try this. 5 stars, it's amazing.
Yeah, I think I need to add that to my tier list. Like, you know, this amount of stars, drink it once a week. This amount of stars, drink it twice a week. This, you know, stuff like that to better understand.
Like this one, not for me. This one, what the hell are you doing?
Right?
Like,
So
I remember doing bubble gum and I spit that out. I had like Pepto in my mouth. It was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
as we get to the tail end of the show here, at the tail end, Shock, we always like to give our special guests the opportunity if they have any. If not, that's also a-okay. If you have any questions you would like to ask us.
Not really, but I would like to say, you know, it's great to see you guys doing this. I always thought it would be great to see a, you know, energy drink podcast start up.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you actually thought about that, just like how I did, and like, is this actually a thing?
I thought that energy drink podcast should be a thing, or G Fuel should have started one by now.
So, like, I'll take that in like the question form of like, how do we start? That was actually Relly and I not knowing each other. We were both in like the fan G Fuel group, and we both knew we kind of want to create this kind of podcast, an energy drink podcast for energy supplements, because it's a growing industry. G Fuel back in 2012 was very small. Now they've boomed and they're huge, and it's a very rising company and industry. And we didn't know each other, came together, we became best of friends. We've been doing this for a little over a year and a half now, and like we were the only ones and still are the only ones in this market to do it. And we have a blast doing it, bringing on different flavors of G Fuel, other companies, all that good jazz, comparing them, and more.
So, Shock,
Yeah.
I actually just sent you. These are the screenshots for how this actually started. So it was just like a conversation thing, just going like, is there like a G Fuel podcast, or they talk flavors and everything else? And this freaking guy goes into the comments and goes, all right, let's do it. And I'm like, are we doing this right now? So again, we never really talked. We weren't commenting on our things. We didn't know each other, nothing. It's a guy from Connecticut and a guy from Michigan. We talk in DMs for a little bit. We hop on StreamYard and we kind of, it was a little, you kind of got to gel and make an hour-long show. And for the first 4 episodes, we are kind of just trying to figure each other out. Like, he found out I didn't like RGF. I found out he did not like mint, stuff like that. But then the 5th show, we started doing it live, and people are like, wait, you guys actually do this? And we get asked all the time. It's kind of like when you say, hey, I review energy drinks. And when I say I have an all energy drink podcast, I have some people going like, dude, that you actually do this crap every Monday? And there's some people that are like, because, especially the elder people, they're like, you talk about the drinks on TV that kill you. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Rough crowd.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. Explaining any of this to anybody is not easy at all.
Although not for nothing, my father's a UPS driver, and he actually takes a scoop of energy and a scoop of hydration. His go-to flavor is actually snow cone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That and sage mode. Good taste.
Oh, yeah. Sage mode's good.
But not to beat the dead horse, but we are dearly humbled to have you on the show. We really do appreciate your time. We never thought we'd actually have you on the show this early, so we were really shocked and we were thankful. Someone even asked, like, what went into your decision to be like, yeah, I'll come on the podcast? But nonetheless, we were very thankful, very gracious, and it's big to us that you were able to join us and be a part of this and have fun with us.
Yeah, of course. No, thanks for having me on.
And one last time, Shock, to send it off. Who are you? Where can they find your content? Let the people know. Again, if you guys don't know already, use code Shock, as Shock will tell you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I review all things G Fuel on YouTube. If you type in G Fuel Shock, you're 100% gonna find me. If there's a flavor of G Fuel that you're wondering about, I've probably got a review up. There is not a single flavor that I have not reviewed. If it's new, maybe I haven't reviewed it. But if it recently came out, there's a good chance I've reviewed it and all the old ones. So, yeah.
With that, hopefully you could stick around for 5 minutes afterwards, Jack. But in the meantime, everybody, I'm Relly. This is my handsome co-host Teach, and in attendance, Shock Daddy. With that, everybody, please stay safe, happy, and well, and hopefully we see you next week. Stay caffeinated.